zip pockets, finally. Yes, these are my essentials. We're having a good month for the BTC. Everything in me said this is not going to work. Basically everything I look for in a lounge short. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today we have a review of the huge new Buffbunny Summer Essentials collection launching on Saturday, April 25th at 1 p.m. Central Time. As always, code Catherine gives you 10% off. And you guys, it's a good one. And you know, I haven't been saying that about Essentials because Essentials has been all over the place. But I feel like this is what Essentials was always meant to be. It's April and we've already had like 3 to 4 Essentials drops this year, and they all felt very broken. Like it felt like they all should have just been one Essentials drop that was spread out. I feel like the beginning of this year for Buffbunny was just kind of like a lot of delayed stuff. And I feel like that led to Essentials getting broken up to so many little pieces to the point where it was like every 3 weeks we were having like a mini drop and it was just really overwhelming. But in this Essentials drop, there's so much stuff that I feel like this is the same size as like all of the Essentials drops we had combined. So that being said, I think this means we should have less frequent Essentials drops because we're kind of getting it all right now for the summer. I'm not necessarily privy to that information, but based on how this feels, I feel like that's how it is. So not only do I feel like the timing and like breaking up of Essentials is going to be improved, but we finally have all of the pieces in time for the launch. None of these silly pre-orders or delays and all that. And I feel like we finally have pieces that I truly look at them and I'm like, yes, these are my Essentials. When I think of Essentials, I think of pieces that are reliable, that, you know, if I'm going to a new place and I don't want to be experimenting with my outfit, like I just want to pick something that I know is flattering and functional, like I'm going for it. That is what this Essentials collection is. You guys know I haven't been super jazzed about the Essentials stuff until now. I feel like this collection is really good. That being said, there have been so many launches from so many different brands where that if you maybe used to buy something from every Buffbunny launch, maybe you can't or shouldn't be doing that anymore, just given how much stuff has been launching. So always that reminder to stay mindful. If you don't feel like you're absolutely going to love a piece, wait it out. Think about it, let it launch. Maybe it sells out, maybe it wasn't meant to be. Maybe you wait for a sale. Maybe you decide 2 weeks later that you actually didn't really even want it that much and you just let the FOMO pass. We have a couple different categories today. We have our cardio pieces. We have our mobility with tons of Poshknit. And it's really good. We finally have the Poshknit aggressive scrunch leggings. Then we have some really good threads lounge as well. I also apologize if my energy is a bit low in this video. It's been a super busy week. I had to do an emergency trip to see my grandpa who is very sick. It's just been a heavy week mentally, physically. So I'm doing my best. We're here, we're filming. This is probably a little bit later than usual, but I'm here to give you all the info. So let's get into it. Starting out with the launch colors. I'm not going to go through everything, but I will put all of the launch colors on the screen here. I did not get every single color because, like I said, it's a big launch. Starting out with our cardio pieces. The pieces that we've seen before are going to get super rapid fire mini reviews, but since I haven't been doing full reviews of a lot of the Essentials collections, we haven't gotten like full long form info about some of these pieces. Starting out with the bend and snap dress. We've seen her a million times. This was my dress from my collection. Made of the Perform fabric, so it's a lightweight, sleek performance material. Square neckline, adjustable straps, these flattering corset seam details. It's a fit and flare. It flares around the waist. This used to come in a short length, but they haven't been doing that anymore, so it just comes in the regular length. Medium to full coverage on top. Not only do we have the built-in cup pads, but there is also an elastic that goes under the bust for support. The straps crisscross in the back and there's a little keyhole cutout. There's also a built-in bodysuit with no front seam and a 4-inch inseam with side pockets. The only new feature of this dress, it now has the easy bathroom feature, so it is not fully sealed in the back. You can just pull this down, go to the bathroom, and pull it right back up. So I love that they added that feature, but I did just want to point out that it does create like a slight wrinkle in the fabric from the front. I'll show a little clip of that. It's not super obvious, but I did notice it and I'm glad to have the bathroom feature. Like I'd rather have that little wrinkle than not have the bathroom feature, but yeah, true to size, if you're in between, you can really go either way. Next up, corset bodysuit. We've also seen her a bunch of times. This is the most updated version. They made it a bit more long torso friendly and added a bit more space in the bust from the very first edition, but it's been like this for like a year, so that's not new. Made of the Perform fabric, which I don't know why they stopped using Perform on leggings because I kind of like it better than Airbrush. Airbrush honestly is my least favorite of the Buffbunny performance fabrics, yet they're so committed to using it for those leggings. Like they should be using Elysium or Perform. Anyways, it's a lightweight, sleek performance, but matte material. material. Same as bend and snap dress. We have a scoop neckline, removable cup. There is no underbust elastic in this one. We have a little underbust seam. We have this bonded corset waist area. This really is a beautifully constructed bodysuit. I just don't like it as much as the Poshknit bodysuit. I find that my bust gets pulled down in this one a little bit more because it doesn't have like a separate shelf liner. It just has the cup pads, so it doesn't move with you quite as well. No front seam. We do have some good adjustability in the back, adjustable straps, and then also an adjustable back band to kind of cinch in the bust area. A short back rise seam to go up the glutes. And yeah, super nice bodysuit. It's just not really my top pick. I don't wear it very much. Next up, we have the Aurora tank. This has changed quite a few times over the years. This is the most recent version they've been launching in 2026. We have a scoop neckline, tank straps, a cropped to waist length fit, and this one is also body skimming. It's not super skin tight, but it does skim the body, so true to size. If you want a super compressive fit, you definitely can size down. We have the reflective Buffbunny logo on the bottom left. It is a larger Buffbunny logo than usual, just because that's how it's always been on the Aurora top, so it's kind of like a nostalgic thing, but if you don't like a really big logo, don't get this one. And it is a racer back, so keep that in mind when choosing your sports bras. Quick comparison between the OG fit, the new fit, as well as the 2025 version. The 2025 version, we don't know what was going on with this. It wasn't even an Aurora tank. It ran like 2 sizes too big. It had the awkward waist flare. It just wasn't good. The original Aurora tank was also kind of teeny tiny. It was pretty compressive, so if you like the fit of the original Aurora tank, I would be sizing down in the new one. And the original Aurora tank was also more of a cropped fit, and the new one is more of like a cropped to waist length fit. So I like the updates that they've made to it. This is a layering piece, so there's no built-in bra or anything. You just wear it on top of whatever sports bra you're wearing underneath. Next up, we have the Airbrush sports bra. So the next couple pieces form like a really cute cardio set, if that is something you like to do. Airbrush sports bra made of the Airbrush fabric. It's a compressive, matte, sleek performance material. We have a scooped neckline, some contouring and seam details around the bra, an elastic underbust, and then also this kind of curved underbust seam. And then we have these tank straps that are bonded and also adjustable, so they lay really flat. Racer back and removable cup pads. This one actually is a pretty full coverage for not being a high neck bra. So if you like coverage but you don't want something super high neck, I do like this one. Medium to high support, large cup size friendly. I love the adjustability of this one. I have run a couple times in this one and it's good, but I do have bras that are more supportive. That's why I would say that this one is a medium to high support, not quite high support. So I like to have a matching set, so I do like to run with this one in the matching Airbrush leggings. But if you're looking for ultimate max support in a running bra, this probably wouldn't be the one, but I still do think it's running approved. This one is also what they call a midline fit. So the band doesn't sit right underneath my bust, which I'm not sure I love. I wish it sat up a little bit higher. I'm not quite sure what the reasoning is for that, but it's one of those bras that I wear because it's a matching set and it is functional, but it's just not my favorite. To go with the Airbrush sports bra, we have the Airbrush pocket leggings. I got a size small regular in these. They do come in 3 lengths, but I got the tall version before, and I don't know, for some reason with my running leggings, I like to have my ankles out a little bit, so I just prefer the regular length. So these are made of that Airbrush fabric. It's a matte, sleek performance sweat wicking material. So it does come in 3 inseams. We have 24 inches, 26.5, and 28 inches. These are a true high-rise fit. When these first launched last fall, they were more of a mid to high-rise fit. They did increase the rise a little bit, and these do actually sit at a true high-rise now, so I love that. I love the new fit. They did also add a loop core drawstring to these since these are a cardio legging. Do I love that we added that? Not necessarily, but I still wear them. No front seam, triangle gusset. We have this flattering seam detail, pockets down the side, and the pocket opening is bonded so it sits nice and flat. It does fit my full phone and then kind of tapers into a seam in the bottom. Curved glute seams in the back. These are a medium to high compression legging. I give them medium to high on the booty scale, but I will say that Airbrush isn't the most body hugging fabric, and that's why I prefer the Elysium fabric. It just hugs the body really well, but it also grips to the body. Airbrush almost kind of needs that little top band because I don't feel like it hugs the body as much, and it just doesn't have that glute contouring moment. The glute seam is also pretty long in the back, so definitely long glute friendly. This is not something you're meant to put up your cheeks anyways. So if you got some glutes in the back, this will cover them up. These are also more true to size than the original Airbrush pocket leggings that launched in the fall. Those ones I did feel like were pretty snug. I tried a medium in these in the last Essentials collection that they dropped, and I had a ton of extra room in the hips, and it was just very unflattering and they slid down a lot. I actually ended up giving them to my mom, and they're like now her favorite leggings. So my mom really loves these. I do actually think that these are a great running legging, and I do wear them frequently. I just wish we had these in the Elysium fabric. So fingers crossed. If you're a matchy girl like myself, I love a matching set. The more things in the same color, the better for me, which is kind of why I'm loving this essentials collection. We also do have the Airbrush headbands. These are a 2-inch wide headband in that Airbrush fabric, flocking on the inside to prevent slipping, and the reflective logo goes at the bottom there. So I never run without a headband, so this is perfect. Even more matching pieces for my cardio girlies. We have a new item. This is the paste tank, scooped neckline, made of a lightweight flowy material. We also have these contrast stitching details down the front, about a high hip fit, and then in the back we have the reflective logo, a little stretchy mesh panel, race your back, and then some more reflective details. Let's try this one on. All right, here's the tank. I normally wear only like a sports bra when I'm running, so a little tank like this is probably something that I would wear on walks, just super lightweight and flowy. We have the scoop neckline. I do see a little bit of that Airbrush sports bra underneath it, so it is a bit scooping. True to size, if you're in between, you can really go either way. It's not too tight anywhere, not too loose anywhere. It's a nice high hip length as well. Lift it up, I don't see any skin with the high-rise leggings. The material is very lightweight, has good flow to it. We have this contrast stitch detailing as well. And then we have the racer back, we have the mesh detailing, we have the reflective detailing. Definitely made for running, walking outside. Again, it's not something that I would personally choose because I either like to wear a sports bra or like a tighter fitting top, but I think it's nice. And the last thing in our cardio pillar is the spice mesh jacket. I don't know why I got a lime green mesh jacket, you guys, but it was just calling to me. I don't know if I'll really wear it, but we have it for the review. We've seen the spice mesh jacket before. I think I may have gotten rid of mine a while ago. It's just not really something I wear very often, but I used to have a slightly more oversized fit with a hood. This one is a much more snug fit now, so disregard the fit of what it was previously. We have a little collar, but it doesn't go all the way up in the middle. It kind of cuts back, which I like. Full zip, 2 zip pockets in the front, you guys. Zip pockets, finally. Thumb holes, watch vents, some flattering seam detail in the back. And here's an up close of the fabric. It's made of a stretchy jersey mesh, so it is slightly sheer, but it has good stretch to it. Let's try it on. All right, you guys, we have the spice mesh jacket. All I have to say is how come this jacket gets pockets, but not the Phantoms? So many questions. We do have a little tag showing here, but it is a tearaway tag, so you just pull that right off. Absolutely loving the fit of this one. We really had a crazy time with jacket fits last year, really just tops in general. I don't know what they were doing, but none of the tops or jackets really fit that well last year, but they have really dialed in the jacket fit, especially with their full length jackets now. So we have a high hip length on this one. You can see it is body skimming all the way down, but since this mesh material isn't super compressive, it's pretty stretchy. I'm not feeling overly constricted or compressed, so I definitely would stay true to size. If you want a looser fit, obviously size up. I love that we have pockets on this one, although it does create this kind of color difference. You have the more sheer upper region and arms, and then more opacity in the pocket area. The neckline also comes down a little bit. It's not a mock neck collar, which I don't know if Buffbunny's done that before, but Alphalete does that in my favorite Aurora sculpt jacket, and I like it because it's just not getting up in your neck too much. And sometimes I just don't want a jacket to be super high on my neck, so I actually really like that. You can definitely see through the mesh sleeves. It's snug, but it's very breathable. We do have the watch hole as well. We have the thumb holes. Then you have some seam detail in the back, but you can see through it. It just has a simple full zip. It's not a locking zipper, but staying put pretty well. Then you can also wear it unzipped, and we do have little drop-in pockets on the inside here as well. I'm not sure what compelled me to get a neon green mesh zip jacket. This really isn't something I'm going to be reaching for very much. I actually really do like the fit and the design in terms of all the details, but the fabric is just not for me. It is actually very comfortable, but I'm just not sure mesh jacket's for me. So for that reason, this one's a skip for me, but it's not a bad jacket if you like the mesh design. All right, next we're moving in to the mobility pillar. Almost everything is in the Poshknit fabric, and I am a huge Poshknit girly. By far my favorite Buffbunny fabric. It's this brushed, velvety, soft fabric. It's even softer than Newbury, but it's kind of a similar compression. In this launch, it's all feeling kind of light to medium compression. It's very dense, but it also has really good stretch to it. It is brushed inside and out, so it can collect pet fur, but it's not quite as bad as Newbury in my opinion. Newbury I feel like really locks in the fibers, which I feel like pet fur does come off of Poshknit more easily, but it's still not a pet fur friendly fabric. I just live by my lint roller because I like to wear soft fabrics, but I also have 2 wonderful cats. So, you know, the things we do for our pets. And to my surprise, all of the tops actually work for me. So what else does that happen? We're having a good month for the BTC. Starting out with the Poshknit to sports bra. We've seen her before. We have this soft V neckline, removable cups, contoured under bust detail that just flatters the bust a little bit. This is a long line bra, so we have a double thickness of fabric going down the waist a little bit, and there is a little seam at the bottom. The straps cross in the back and they are adjustable. Medium to full coverage, light to medium support. This one is going to be the most large cup size friendly of the bras today. This bra really does just scream essentials because it's just a classic Buffbunny shape, but we still have the flattering elements. It's also very functional, holds the girls in, has the adjustable straps. Just a very go-to reliable bra for me. Then we have two tops. We have the Poshknit waist tank. This is an old color that's not launching. I just prefer the hip tank, so that's the one I get. So we also have the Poshknit hip tank. So with both of these tops, these are actually the most large bust friendly of all of the Poshknit tops today. There's a good amount of room in the bust. We have this flattering neckline with a little ruche detail in the middle. These corset style seams that slim the waist. Tank straps that turn into adjustable straps in the back. So again, adjustable straps everywhere. This little open back crisscross detail. Tonal silicone branding. Medium to full coverage on these as well as a light to medium support. And these being called the waist and the hip tank. The names are truly accurate because the waist tank hits at my waist and the hip tank hits at a high hip. So for my long torso girlies, I absolutely love the hip tank. It actually does reach a high hip. It overlaps over the legging waistband and there's no awkward flaring. It's just a perfectly body skimming fit. Same with the waist tank. They really nailed the fit on these. I absolutely love these tanks. These are absolutely a top pick. These are also both very true to size. If you're in between, you can go either way. Next up, we have the Barre sports bra. I didn't trust this one, okay? I almost didn't even get it, but you know, I have to get it for the review because I always prioritize the review needs over my own desires. But I wasn't so sure about this one, guys. And let me tell you, I actually love it. We will see in the try on, but she's so cute. We have a scooped neckline, spaghetti straps, and whenever you see a minimal bra like this, normally I just don't expect very much out of the straps. Buffbunny threw in adjustable straps for us. So absolutely love to see it. We have this contoured underbust detail, which I find so flattering, and they didn't even stop there. They also added this cute little twist detail in the back band. Everything about this bra just says cute, dainty, fun, Pilates princess. Made of the Poshknit fabric, of course. We also do have removable cups. I got a size small and a medium, so we'll compare those really quick. I thought for sure I would need the medium. I just wanted to try the size up for more coverage, but I actually like the small as well. So I think you definitely can size up if you're looking for a little bit more coverage, but the coverage was actually more than expected. So I think in the future I will just stick to the small because I wasn't falling out of it. It's definitely not the most large cup size friendly option today, but it worked. Let's try these on. Okay. Everything in me, I almost didn't even order this sports bra because everything in me said this is not going to work. Tell me why. It's actually really working and I actually really like it. Now I'm regretting getting more Poshknit sports bras because while I love the Poshknit sports bra, I don't always want a long line bra. So this one, you know, I love a super short line moment. I really do, especially if it holds the girls in, which this actually is. It just gives a little bit of upper ab accentuation. So I'm actually really liking this one. And I think the small is actually fine. So looking at this one on the model, she was wearing an extra small, I believe, and the smaller the size, the less the coverage. So I do get a little bit more coverage in the size medium. So I think if you're a large cup size and you're prioritizing coverage, you definitely can size up. I still feel secure in my size medium. I'm just not quite as held in the band, but I didn't feel like I was falling out. So I really think you could go either way. But this is basically like the top of the Poshknit sports bra, except without the long line portion, which is great. I love that idea. This bra actually has a lot of nice features. So we have a scoop neckline. I believe the Poshknit sports bra is more of a V-neck, so this one's just more of a soft scoop. Spaghetti straps, removable cut pads. We have the curved underbust detail. And I really think they did the perfect amount of coverage on this one. It's not so itty bitty like the original like curve long sleeve top, but they didn't add as much coverage as like the second rendition of that one. So I really like the coverage here. There's a tiny little band along the bottom to kind of keep you in place. It's very short line though, and I definitely will get boob sweat coming out the bottom of this. So if that's not your thing, definitely stick with the regular Poshknit sports bra. I would say it's low to medium coverage, and honestly, I am gonna say it's mostly large cup size friendly because I've also seen Teresa wearing this one. I think she wears a large, and again, coverage goes up as the sizes go up and looked great on her. And she's also a BTC girly. So dare I say, it's BTC approved. Although it's definitely low support, so keep that in mind. And then we get to the back, we have some fun details. First of all, adjustable straps. I believe every single top and bra launching today has adjustable straps, which just like, thank you. I love an adjustable strap, and unfortunately sometimes it seems hard to come by. So love that we have the adjustable straps here. They are elasticated, they're comfortable. And then we have this cute little twist detail, definitely a more delicate minimal coverage bra, but still working. I'm gonna wear this one to solid core, and now I regret not getting more colors in this top. So Anyways, people have also been layering this top, so I'm gonna try that. But I feel like as a concept, I don't like to layer things that aren't already layered, because what am I buying 2 sports bras to wear as one? Like, unless you're getting 2 full sets and you're like layering both of them, so you're not like double buying. But I feel like double buying a sports bra just to layer is like kind of a lot. So personally, I don't love to layer for that reason, but we'll try it on. So here is the layered look. I have the small on the bottom, medium on the top. With the layering, you can kind of wear one of them a little bit more down and one of them a little bit more up, so you can get a little bit more coverage as well. And I'm definitely more supported because I'm wearing 2 sports bras. So if you like the layered look, it is cute, but personally, I probably will just wear it one at a time. Next up, we finally have the Poshknit aggressive scrunch leggings that were supposed to launch in January. Those got pulled from the launch because the scrunches were popping. Mine never popped. I've actually been wearing them since January and I really love these. So I felt really bad because you guys weren't able to have them, but we finally have the Poshknit aggressive scrunch leggings. Honestly, I've never been a huge fan of the aggressive scrunch leggings because they gave me the most insane camel toe, but the Poshknit version never had an issue. So you guys know I love Poshknit. It honestly solved all the problems of the aggressive scrunch leggings, just turning them into Poshknit. I'm so glad the butter is mostly in the past because it just wasn't the best fabric. Poshknit is so much better. It's more durable, it's softer. It just smooths everything out a little bit better. It's just a better fabric. So Poshknit aggressive scrunch leggings. We have a double thickness waistband, a very soft V in the front, no front seam, slightly extended gusset, 3 inseam options, 24 inch, 26 inch, and 28 inch. I do get the tall 28 inch. I'm 5'9" in case you guys forget, but I also have my measurements in the description as always. There is a side seam, which kind of increases the compression a little bit. Slightly curved glute seams in the back, tonal Buffbunny silicone logo. And then we have the subtle elasticated scrunch in the back. I don't like that these are called the aggressive scrunch because it's really not very aggressive. It's actually a pretty subtle scrunch. So I feel like that name can kind of scare people. They did make sure the scrunches were reinforced in this launch. I've been pulling on them. I've been wearing them. No issues. So rest at ease knowing that these will not pop on you at the gym. Again, my original ones, it didn't either, and I still wear them. Like I said, this launch has been feeling a little bit more lightweight in the Poshknit fabric, so they're more of a low to medium compression. I had a whole rant about these in January. These are listed as a high rise. I don't think that they quite fit as a high rise. They honestly fit kind of more as a mid rise. And if you look at the models on the PDF, like it looks like a mid rise on them too. And here's where I struggle with my sizing recommendations for you guys, because in January when these launched, I got the size small. It was squishing me like a busted biscuit, you guys. And like, I don't even carry very much fat in my torso. So I was like, what are we even squeezing? I felt so squeezed and uncomfortable. So I sized up to the medium. I loved the medium. It hit me a little bit higher. I still don't think it's a true Buffbunny high rise. So more of a mid to high rise, but it fit so much better. So what did I do? I ordered the mediums this launch, and I do feel like the hips look a little bit wider than I'm normally used to. And I tried these on and I do feel like I have a little bit of extra space. So with my limited time to film the review for this launch, I'm not able to exchange these for small to really like for sure see. So my sizing recommendation is as follows. If you're in between, definitely size up. If you carry a little bit more weight in your waist and you're worried about the tapered waistband, I also would consider sizing up. And if you just like more of a light to medium compression rather than a medium compression, I would also size up. If you do prefer a slightly more compressive fit, I would be sticking true to size. I still think I'm glad that I have the medium, and I don't know how the small would fit me, but it's kind of all I can give you. You guys can just judge how you think that these fit on me, and I am a true Buffbunny small. Okay, I wasn't gonna pop on for this one, but I do feel like Poshknit in this launch does feel slightly stretchier. So I'm having trouble with the sizing recommendations because I do still feel like the small was like pretty squeezing on me. But this round with the medium, I do feel like I maybe have a little bit of extra fabric. Personally, I still think I'm gonna stick with the mediums. So I feel like if you do run between sizes, definitely pick the size up, or if you do have a longer torso and you want it to come up a little bit higher, also picking the size up. I'm also feeling with the mediums this time, I'm getting a low compression, whereas before in my navy mediums, I'm getting more of a medium compression. So hard to say if it's color differences, slight launch differences, but I did check and these do measure the same width as the mediums before. They just do feel a little bit stretchier. So that could have been part of the update with these. They did reinforce the scrunch a little bit more because people were having issues with the scrunches ripping. Personally, I didn't have that issue. I actually still wear my Poshknit bottoms from the first launch that never actually launched all the time because I do really like them, but I definitely feel like I could have a bit more compression in these. All right, super quick. We then have Poshknit aggressive scrunch shorts. These are 2 different colors. This is the old Miami Vice. This is the new hot mess that's launching. We have a 5-inch aggressive scrunch short and a 7-inch. I have my 5-inch shorts in a size small and a 7-inch in a size medium. In the shorts, I'm really glad I went with a medium because the small, again, I was just feeling really snug. Anyways, we have the same construction as the leggings, double thickness waistband, soft V front, no front seam, slightly extended gusset, very thick thigh friendly on these. I do prefer the 7-inch compared to the 5 just because I'm taller and I have bigger thighs for my size, so it just fits me better. Curved seams, subtle scrunch in the back. We do have a side seam, and they both are more of a mid or mid-high rather than a true high rise. So these are a little bit lower than other Buffbunny shorts that are labeled as high rise. Do I think the rises and the waist versus hip, all of that should be more standardized? Yes. I think it's very confusing to say one thing is like a hip length and then another thing's a hip length, but one of them is like super cropped and one of them super long. Anyways, I love how these fit. Again, the mediums are more of a low to medium compression, high on the booty scale. No camel toe, super flattering. These have definitely been a go-to short for me. So not only are we getting Poshknit aggressive scrunch bottoms, we are also getting Siren scrunch bottoms. These are coming in a legging with 3 inseams, a 5-inch short, and a 7-inch short. These are made of the Poshknit fabric, very similar back structure to the aggressive scrunch, but we do have a little wrap waist in the front. Unfortunately, my Siren scrunch leggings are still on the way, so if I get those, I will insert a little try on. These are coming in 3 inseams as well, a short 24-inch, regular 26, and 28 tall. Made of the Poshknit fabric, we have the wrap front waist, slight V front, no front seam, extended gusset, curved seams in the back, and a subtle scrunch. So if I do get these, I will try them on. If not, just take whatever the shorts are and imagine them as leggings. All right, then we have our Siren scrunch shorts. Starting off with our 7-inch shorts. Little up close of the waistband. I feel like it's wrinkling a little bit just from the way that it's being hung up, but it's a true wrap waist. I never liked the girlfriend leggings that they had that were like a faux wrap waist. Give me a true wrap waist any day. True wrap waist. We have a soft V front, gives a little lower tummy control, no front seam, oval gusset, side seam. The back of these is essentially identical to the aggressive scrunch. It's probably easier to see on a darker color. We have the curved glute seams and that subtle elasticated scrunch. In these 7-inch shorts, I got a size small, and in the 5-inch shorts, I got a size medium. So we'll do a quick side-by-side comparison of those. And honestly, I kind of liked how both of them fit. I just do think that a lot of the Poshknit does run pretty small, so personally, I will be sticking with the size up, especially in the shorts. In the 5-inch shorts are just a bit on the shorter side for me, especially with the scrunch. Some of the fabric comes up in the back and you lose a little bit of inseam length. So a 7-inch kind of turns into a 6-inch, which is my favorite short length. It's a little bit hard to compare the sizing of the 2 shorts that I got because I got the Stardust colored shorts and they are lined. This is to help with the opacity. So these turned into about a medium compression, but it's a very similar lining to the gingham shorts we saw last summer. And honestly, you barely feel the lining. And this is coming from a lining hater. When Buffbunny did the lining on the yellow Dream Heather shorts, they were honestly one of the worst things I've ever put on my body. Honestly, when I first put on these Stardust shorts, I didn't even know that they were lined. That's how stretchy and lightweight the lining is. You really don't even notice it. But I kind of feel like they made the Stardust shorts a little bit bigger just to compensate for the lining because the size medium shorts are like barely any bigger than the size small Stardust shorts. This is why, again, it's a little bit hard to give you guys sizing recommendations. But honestly, when it comes to all of the Poshknit bottoms, but if you're in between, definitely size up. And if you're just a little bit nervous, just size up because I sized up in most of these and I'm liking the fit. All right, here are the 7-inch Siren scrunch leggings. Already, these definitely do feel more true to size than the Poshknit scrunch leggings. So we will see, I keep saying leggings, but I mean shorts. We will see how the 5-inch goes because I got those in a medium. So we have a true crossover waist. These do also come up a little bit higher on the rise compared to the Poshknit. So I'm still going to give them a mid to high rise because they do dip down slightly in the front, but in the sides and the back, they are a true Buffbunny high rise. No front seam. We have the 7-inch inseam, about a medium compression. Poshknit does have a little bit more thickness to it. Pinto? Pinto? Oh, buddy, would you like to say hi to everyone? That is his signature I brought a spring noise, isn't it? Are we gonna play springs? Yeah. Okay, go get it, buddy. A little bit more compression due to that side seam, no front seam. We have the oval gusset, no crotch tension, no camel toe in these, which is so great. The Poshknit, for some reason, never causes me any issues. And then the glute seams sit right on top of the glutes. You can tuck that scrunch into the cheeks. I find that with this type of scrunch and the elastication, these do tend to fit multiple different glute lengths. So I kind of put them in the medium glute friendly range. We have the tonal branding up here. Yeah, I'm really liking how these fit, so let's try on the 5-inch mediums. Okay, so I am really loving how these fit. I think for me, sizing up in the Poshknit bottoms is just the way to go. I get a little bit more rise, so I'm still gonna say mid to high on these, but they just come up like a teeny bit more. But this is a very ideal crosswaist rise for me. It comes down in the front, almost comes down to give a little lower tummy control because we have that true wrap waistband. So there's 2 layers of fabric here, 2 layers of fabric here, and it actually does come down into a little V in the front. So you do get some lower tummy control, but then it comes up to a true high rise on the sides and the back. So absolutely love this rise. No front seam. I'm continuing to not get any camel toe in Poshknit bottoms, which is just so amazing. There was a time with Buffbunny bottoms where I feel like everything was causing me issues, and they have really dialed in the fit recently. So although I still feel the need to size up, even in a size small, I'm not getting any crotch tension, and I also appreciate how pushed back the gusset is. The gusset is like more in the back than the front, so you don't see it at all in the front, which is great. These have a 5-inch inseam. Because these are a scrunch, it almost fits more like a 4-inch inseam because some of that fabric comes up the glutes in the back. So these are a little bit shorter than I like. I do prefer the 7-inch inseam, but I like to have options. I would say these are definitely thick thigh friendly. The thigh seam is not too snug at all. If anything, it could be a little bit more snug, but I did size up in these. Even though there's a little bit of fabric wrinkling in the crotch area, it's not extra fabric, so I personally still do prefer sizing up. We have that side seam. I'm getting about a low to medium compression in this color. Curved seams sit above the glutes. We have that subtle scrunch, not getting any wrinkling of the fabric back here, so you can't even tell it's a scrunch. It's just contouring the glutes. Medium to high on the booty scale. And again, very medium glute friendly, can kind of fit all glute lengths because of the elasticity of that back rise. You do get a little bit of cellulite coverage in the Poshknit fabric again. So very excited we have another Poshknit bottoms option because these are very cute and comfortable. Finally, for Poshknit bottoms, we have our Poshknit straight leg pants. They are back. We first saw these for Black Friday, but we finally have some fun, cute colors. I mean, they're not the most like exciting colors, but it's not just black and gray, so that's a win for me. I got a size small, tall in these. These do come in 3 inseams. Whatever inseam you tend to prefer in other leggings and flares, go with the same height for these because these are a 35-inch inseam, but I also like a 33 to 34-inch flare. Straight and wide leg pants ride up a little bit, so 35-inch is perfect for me. I also can say that these ones are definitely true to size. So we have a double thickness waistband, slight V front. We also have some seams that kind of come up towards the front as almost like a little corset seam detail. And then it meets the lines of the halo tee as well as the Poshknit hip and waist tank. So I love the way that the seams kind of all integrate with those designs. No front seam, triangle gusset. We do have a side seam on these ones as well. Curved glute seams with a slightly shorter back rise, but it's not a scrunch. It does go between the cheeks though. And these are a straight leg shape. So let's try these on. All right, guys, this is the first time I've really had a pair of the Poshknit straight leg bottoms, like updated, like finally ready to go for review, and I am so happy. I absolutely love these pants. First of all, I would consider these ones true to size. If you're in between, size up, but I prefer my normal size here. These are a true high rise even without having to size up. So you can also see it almost goes up a little bit more on the sides and back, which is nice, but even at the front, it is hitting the small of my waist. We also have this little panel that kind of dips down a little bit in the front, a little bit of lower tummy control. This is double thickness here. Poshknit just is feeling a little bit stretchier in this launch, so I'm getting about a low to medium compression, which is kind of where it's supposed to be, but sometimes it feels a little bit more compressive. With all straight leg pants, there's always a little bit of gathering and ride up. So if you don't like when you get a little bit of like gathering around here, straight and wide leg pants just aren't for you. I would just stick to flares. Gusset not visible from the front. Love to see it. We do have a delicate rosette seam up the side. And then in the back, these are high on the booty scale. The seam does sit between the glutes. I would say more medium glute friendly. Medium or medium to long, I would say these are not the most short glute friendly. If you are a shorter glute girly, you probably can't pull them up the cheeks as much or else they'll sit pretty high. But we have the curved seams. It does sit between the cheeks without causing any crotch tension because there's no elastic up the back rise. So I'm never getting any camel toe with these, but they're still very flattering in the back. Poshknit fabric hugs the curves very well. In terms of flare point with these, I would say they're about mid-thigh. They go a little bit lower than most. So because of that, they ride up a little bit less. And full length view. So these definitely are more of a straight leg, not a wide leg pant. We have definitely seen wider pants here on the channel. So just so you know, they do flare a little bit lower here. Don't be scared by the inseam lengths. You definitely want to choose whatever inseam you normally feel like you are. I'm always a tall inseam, and because these ride up a little bit, 35 inches is actually perfect for me. This is before riding up, they're touching the ground, and then with a little bit of movement, squatting, etc., they do ride up a little bit. These actually ride up even less than I remembered, which is nice. They just have this very comfy, flowy fit. We have a lot of great top options. With my straight leg and wide leg pants, I like a full length top. So we have the Poshknit hip top here, or you could also pair it with one of the Halo baby tees or Halo tees, which is a little bit longer. So I love all the options we get. Again, these are not something I really wear to the gym. They're definitely a lifestyle pant for me. Too much fabric for the gym for me, but I do see girlies wearing these to the gym all the time. So do whatever you want to do in them. But these are definitely a top pick. We also have Poshknit headbands, but not only are they made of the Poshknit fabric, which is exciting, they're also wide headbands. You guys, I'm tired of all the skinny little headbands. I wear headbands so that my ears can be covered because my ears are always cold and I get headaches because of it. So to see how wide these headbands are, for reference, the Airbrush headband is 2 inches and the new Poshknit headband is 3.5 inches, almost double the width. It's just giving a cozy headband, like perfect for when you're not quite ready to wash your hair, but you kind of need to. So very excited for the Poshknit headbands. Our last new piece in the mobility pillar will be the Ballet wrap tops. These are made of a lightweight, semi-sheer, stretchy, super soft, lightweight, stretchy material. Very similar to Halo, but almost a little bit more lightweight and a slightly different composition. It has a little bit more spandex. It's about a waist length fit. It's open and ties. It's just easier to see this one on. So let's try it on. All right, we have the Ballet wrap tops. And as someone who actually did do ballet, we didn't really wear these wrap tops that much, but I did have one. And this is the first time I've actually seen one of the designs integrate one of the little holes into the side of the top to thread the little wrap part through. And I really like this feature because it allows you to get a more snug fit and it just lays a little bit more evenly. So you just pull that part through and then you can kind of like cinch it a little bit more, wrap it around, and then I like to tie mine in a little bow at the sides. And I just feel like you get a really nice fit with this one. Not only that, but not very many of these wrap tops do have thumb holes, and I really like just the way that this one is fitting over the hands. It's made of a lightweight modal spandex. It's actually a little bit thinner than the Halo material, so it is semi-sheer. So keep that in mind. Definitely shows a little bit of sweat as well. The Halo tops just show sweat easily. I would say it's almost a waist length fit on me. You have this nice wrapping detail, nice wide neckline. It hasn't fallen down on my shoulders though, it stays put. And then just very simple in the back. So I'm torn because I really like the fit and the features of this top, and I actually really like how this fabric feels. Like I feel like they did a really good job, but I still do have my like $25 Amazon Ingia wrap tops that are a little bit more opaque, and they do accomplish the same goal, and the quality is actually really good. So if you don't care too much about the colors exactly matching, I would say the Ingia wrap tops are still my #1. But if you're someone who wants like the full matching set, bottoms, bra, and top, I do think this one is really nice. And just as a comparison, 437 is selling their wrap tops for like $95. So although 52 is definitely higher than Amazon, it's still half the price of what some of these other brands are selling it for. So in terms of sizing, true to size, if you're in between, I would probably size up and then just tighten it a little bit more in the waist. Pretty flexible in sizing. It's definitely snug on my arms, but it's very, very stretchy, so I'm not getting any restriction. And super quick, we do have phantom waist and hip length jackets. These have the same features, so we'll review them together. They're made of a nylon spandex material. It's ever so slightly brushed, but almost leans more towards a performance material. So we have a full zip front, mock neck collar, little seam detail that kind of curves around the bust, long sleeves with watch vents as well as thumb holes, minimal detailing in the back. The zippers are tonal as well. The differences between the waist and the hip length, the waist length, this is called the phantom waist jacket, but it's really a cropped fit. It's not waist length. And the phantom hip jacket doesn't quite reach a high hip on me either. And then the biggest sin of these jackets, no pockets. No zip pockets. For me, the phantom jackets are a skip, yet they've been launching them every single Essentials collection, and every single Essentials collection, I'm like, I would literally rather have any other jacket rather than the phantom jackets. It's just a crime to not have the pockets. I also think the lengths don't make any sense. Anyways, the last difference between the waist and the hip is that the waist length jacket has a double zipper, so you can undo the zipper from the bottom. I've never done that, but it's an option. So, all right, moving into our last category, which are the recovery pieces. And I hate to say it, but these are some really good pieces too that I am very excited about. I live in lounge sets. When I'm home, as soon as I get back from work or just back from anything, I am throwing on a lounge set. And #1, I like it to be comfortable and cozy, but but it's a bonus if it's cute. And the new threads pieces are cozy, comfortable, and cute. They check all the boxes. So since this is the Summer Essentials collection, all of these pieces are made of the threads material, which is the most lightweight of the Buffbunny lounge fabrics. Threads is a cotton polyester blend. It does have a lightweight fleece lining on the inside and just a classic sweatshirt feel on the outside. It's super lightweight and drapey. I don't love it for sweatpants, which we'll get into in a second, but I love the thread zip hoodies. And you guys know I've been complaining about the length of the threads zip hoodie forever because it's just kind of awkwardly long. We finally have the threads waist zip hoodie. Is it a waist length? No, doesn't make any sense. This is a high hip length jacket. It's the perfect length jacket. It's not a waist jacket, so please ignore the fact that it's called the threads waist zip hoodie. Anyways, I got a size small on this one. It is a full zip hoodie with kangaroo front pockets with little internal mesh dividers, a drop shoulder, slouchy sleeve moment, a slouchy little hood in the back. Quick comparison of the threads zip hoodie to the new threads waist zip hoodie. They're both a very similar fit. They're kind of more relaxed oversized, so I would go true to size. If you're in between, you could do either. If you wanted it to be a little smaller, you definitely could size down, but I think that it's the perfect amount of oversized and kind of slouchy. Really, the biggest difference is the new threads waist zip hoodie is about 3 to 4 inches shorter. Instead of going all the way over the hips, it kind of sits at like the mid to high hip and just is a much more flattering shape. So I absolutely love this one. Let's try it on. Okay, you guys know that I complained about the length of the threads zip hoodie so many times. I just felt like it was so long, and now we have the perfect length of threads hoodie. And I actually reach for my threads zip ups quite a bit because they're really lightweight. They're super roomy, so they're just easy to throw on anything, especially since I live in a warmer climate. If it's a little chilly in the morning, like a light hoodie is kind of all I need. So to see that they finally came out with this length makes me so happy. So when unzipped, it's very slouchy, very open. We have the Buffbunny embroidered logo on the left sleeve. We have the ribbed cuffs. When it's zipped up, it has the perfect amount of overlap with the shorts. It actually sits about like mid to high hip, so I don't know why it's called the waist zip hoodie. When we also have the waist phantom jacket, which is literally so much shorter than this. It just doesn't make sense to call them both waist when whose waist is both here and here. It just doesn't make any sense. Setting that aside though, I love the length. It sits perfectly on the hips. I still consider it a full length jacket because there's no way any skin is showing, especially with these high-waisted shorts. We have the front pockets. We also have the little mesh organizers within the pockets, so everything stays secure. It is a full zip, but I won't really wear it all the way zipped up. I wear it around here. Slouchy oversized fit, but the bottom band just kind of skims over me, so I wouldn't be sizing down. True to size, if you're in between, you can go either way. You could also size up for a super oversized fit. Then we also have a nice slouchy oversized hood. I also appreciate that they don't have the drawstrings on the hoodie because I'm gonna be honest, every time I have a drawstring hoodie, it gets pulled out when I wash it and I can never get it back in, and it's like, we could have just never even had that. So I actually kind of like that they don't have that. And the zipper is also tonal. So the lounge sets, between this one and the bolero, I actually really like both of them, but who knew I would become a threads girly? And I wasn't so sure about this one, but it's kind of the perfect spring to summer layering piece. We have the threads bolero. First of all, take a moment for this light baby pink. It's so much better than like the berry ice, which was kind of like, I don't know, a dustier pink, which I feel like washes me out. It's like a nice, cool, bright pink, which is perfect for me. I love it. So like I said, I wasn't sure about this, but I actually think I might like this more than the zip hoodie, which is saying something because I do like the zip hoodie. So it's a bolero. So basically it is just sleeves. It's made of the threads material. This one has a little bit more raw hem detailing. We also have some elasticated ribbing around the hem as well as on the sleeves. And here we can see some of that raw hem detailing. I've kind of always loved a little raw hem detailing. I don't know what it is, but I just kind of find it a little bit fun. So let's try this on. All right, here we have the bolero shrug. I actually love this. And I hesitated to even get this one because I was like, I don't know how I'll feel about it. But the more I thought about it, especially in the warmer months, I'm always wearing a little tank and a little sweatshirt combo at home. And sometimes I get a little bit cold, but I don't always want to put like an entire jacket on, especially not like a hoodie I have to put over my head. So the perfect solution is just a little bit of a slouchy sleeve moment. And I actually really, really like this. First of all, I love the slouchy fit. This is also a lot more coverage compared to something like the Alphalete version of this shrug. Alphalete had a little shrug. Maybe I'll do a comparison. Alphalete also did a little sweatshirt shrug at one point. But this one I feel like didn't have quite as much shoulder coverage and the sleeves weren't quite as slouchy. And I just feel like the Buffbunny one stays on really well. So I really love how this fits. True to size. Again, staying up well on the shoulders. We have little ribbed cuffs, very slouchy sleeves. Then we also have that intentional raw hem moment. And then in the back, it goes just about to right below the bra band. So not a ton of coverage, but more coverage than most boleros. True to size, if you're in between, you could really go either way. I wouldn't size up too much though, because I do feel like it could fall off the shoulders in that case, but yeah, I really like this. And then of course it's a spring to summer collection, so we can't just have sweatpants. We have new threads shorts. And as soon as I saw these shorts, I said, that's exactly what I've been looking for. I just posted my Patula review recently, and they also had some lounge shorts in a similar color, but they ran really big. They didn't have a drawstring, and if you were to fold the waist over, your cheeks are out. The thread shorts are still super cute, but they have coverage. First of all, we have a nice high-rise fit, elasticated waistband with an external drawstring. You guys know I love that. We have these cute little sewn-on pockets, as well as a raw cut hem, and these are a 4-inch inseam. It's hard to find a 4-inch inseam short, but the cheeks will be covered with these. I've been wearing my light pink ones all week, so much so that I have little avocado stains on them, so please don't judge. But I've been wearing these shorts nonstop, and I just absolutely love them. Let's try them on. As soon as I saw these shorts, I just knew that they were going to be good. Finally, we have a nice comfy pair of lounge shorts that give some coverage. We have spacious front pockets, an elastic waistband, and a drawstring. Basically everything I look for in a lounge short. So first of all, these are a slight relaxed fit. So I would say true to size. If you're in between, you could really go either way. The threads material is super lightweight. It doesn't technically have any spandex in it, but it does have some give to the fabric. These are a true high rise. We have the elastic waistband, and we also do have the drawstring. So you could wear it like this, or because these are so long, you could also roll them down for a slightly lower rise fit. And then we have the front pockets. They are a sewn on pocket. So you do have that little seam detail. So there's a lot of like raw edge detailing with these. These do have a raw cut hem. There is a seam to prevent them from fraying. The spacious pockets, Buffbunny embroidered logo on the left there. And then the back is really simple. And because these are a 4-inch inseam, we're not showing the cheeks. So I really like these lounge shorts. I'm not a big fan of threads for the sweatpants because they stretch out around the knees, but I do think they make for a really good lounge short because it's a more lightweight material, and I just like what they did with the style of these. On to our final 2 threads pieces. These ones I'm not quite as excited about. We have the threads crew pullover. Same threads material. We've seen her before. Slightly oversized fit. Crew neckline. Over hip fit. So this one is longer than the threads waist hoodie. Drop shoulder. Embroidered Buffbunny on the left sleeve. Little ribbed cuffs and a ribbed hem. Just a very simple crew neck. I actually like that they have a crew neck option. I just prefer the zip up more. Then we have the threads jogger sweatpants. I don't really love these. They aren't bad. I just don't love threads as a sweatpant. We have the elasticated waistband with the drawstring like the shorts. We have 2 drop inside pockets here. They're not sewn on like the shorts though, so they're a little bit more sleek. These only come in 1 inseam. They are a 29-inch inseam, and they are a high rise, and the back is very simple. A very lightweight fleece, and the reason I don't love threads for a sweatpant is I do feel like it stretches out, especially at the knees. So if you're moving around a lot, I just do notice it stretching out. Obviously I've been wearing the shorts a lot, and I do feel like they stretch out a little bit, but it's just not as big of a problem with the shorts. And by the way, when I say they stretch out, they do rebound when you wash them, but I just don't love the pants as much, and I also just don't wear a lot of jogger sweatpants anymore. So our last new piece, I am wearing one and I have one here. We have the Brami tank, another top pick. I really love this top. We have a high neck with a slightly scooped shoulder, a waist length fit that kind of curves up at the sides, similar to the Halo tees, full coverage tank in the back. It's made of the Nimbus rib material, which we have seen before, but it's basically just a lightweight stretchy rib. It kind of has a cooling texture. It's ribbed and it has a really, really high stretch. So I love this material. And not only is the material super comfy, but it also has a full built-in shelf liner with removable cut pads. This is just my warning that I was disappointed in the white color because you can very easily see the nude cup pads through. And I just feel like I would be a little bit uncomfortable wearing this one in person just with how obvious those nude cup pads were. So I personally would stay away from the white, which is unfortunate because I love a white ribbed tank, but yeah, let's try it on. Okay. This top is honestly exceeding expectations. It feels like a very upgraded version of the naked tank. That one came in quite a bit into the armpit area. I actually just looked for mine and I can't find it. I think I may have gotten rid of them because I just didn't end up loving them over time. That one had a built-in shelf but didn't have cup pads, and it was a much more cropped fit. This is a really nice waist length that actually kind of overlaps with the high rise of the shorts. Unfortunately, these 2 colors aren't a perfect match, but I think it's coming up as a little bit more different in camera than it is on person. Anyways, very true to size, wearing a size small. If you're in between, you could really go either way. It is a body skipping fit right now, like there's no looseness anywhere. So if you're in between sizes and you want to size down for a snug fit, you definitely could. We have a high neckline, slight scoop away from the armpit, but I wouldn't really consider this side boob, so I still would say we have full coverage. It's a waist length that kind of goes up along the sides and down in the front for a nice flattering curve. I'm just so thankful that Buffbunny finally figured out how to get rid of that stupid waist flare that was going on, because look at the fit on the waist now. Like, this is so good. We also have the full built-in bra with removable cup pads. And I also really appreciate that they outlined where the cup pads should go with a seam here. So the cup pads can't migrate up, because I do have some tops that only have a seam down the middle and they're a high neck, and then the cup pad wants to go up towards my neck because there's nothing stopping it. So I love the attention to detail to really have that outline of where the cup pads are, but the cup pads aren't sewn in, so you can still remove them. I love the lightweight cooling feel of the fabric. We have the Buffbunny logo on the left side, then just a simple full coverage tank in the back. This is not a workout top. You certainly could, but it's a very low support. This fabric is very stretchy, so I wouldn't recommend doing any activity in it. All right, you guys, final pieces. We have the essential waist length tank. It's just a little cotton muscle tee, crew neckline. We have Buffbunny collection across the front. Let's try it on. Okay, here's the essentials tank. The smallest it comes in is a small, and it's already a little bit oversized, so just keep this in mind. I feel like this one is a bit boring. We have a crew neck. It's kind of a muscle tee fit, scooping away from the armpits, so keep in mind what you wear underneath it. It is definitely a waist length. Hits right at my natural waist. Boxy, slightly relaxed fit, and then just Buffbunny collection in like a little raised shiny silicone. Not too much going on here. And then just simple in the back. I may wear this for layering, but just not really giving much. Then we also have the Essentials short sleeve tee. I sized up to a large for this one just for an oversized fit. 100% cotton tee, crew neckline, embroidered Buffbunny logo in the front, short sleeves, just a nice lightweight flowy cotton. And then I talk about these in every single launch, so we already know the drill at this point. We have Halo baby tees and Halo tees. These are both made of a lightweight modal spandex blend. Ultra thin, breathable, lightweight. They do tend to be sheer in lighter colors. They do show sweat, but they are very comfy and people love them. Baby tee is a waist length and the Halo tee is a full, slightly over hip length. Super quick onto accessories. I'm doing my best. We have the Game Changer backpack is back. We have the Game Changer belt bag. We have scrunch socks, and then the Story running belt is back. I often get questions about who makes the best running belt, and I'm gonna be honest. I give up on all running belts because I want them to sit on my leggings so that they don't chafe me, but they all want to end up on my waist because that's the smallest point. I just gave up on them. I now just wear leggings with pockets and put everything in my pockets. So, oh my gosh, you guys, we are done. I need to go like stare at a wall and just dissociate for a while because I do put a ton of time and effort into my reviews, but I'm used to filming at this point. It's just been a tough week. So we made it through. Again, the launch is Saturday, April 25th at 1 p.m. Central Time. Code Catherine gives 10% off. When it comes to top picks, honestly, lots of good things in this launch. I would say all of the Poshknit tops, Poshknit straight leg pants. I really do like the Poshknit aggressive scrunch and the Siren scrunch. Just know that they're not quite high rise. The straight leg pants are though. And then the Threads lounge sets for sure, whether it's the bolero or the zip waist hoodie, love both of them, but absolutely the lounge shorts. I've been living in them. And then I really like the Brami tops as well. So I also really enjoy that we finally got some fun colors. I was getting a little bit nervous with the previous Essentials collection that we were just going to get like navy blue and red all the time, and I was just getting bored of the colors. So I'm glad that we finally have some more fun colors. Anyways, that is it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!